Are you thinking about buying or selling a home or a real estate professional and want to keep up with the Twin Cities market news, stats, and trends? Then come hang out with us for a little while. Hi, I'm Kirk Duckwall, and welcome to the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. I want to also welcome, thank you, Ben Greilanger, for coming in today.
Yeah, great to be here.
Look forward to talking about this topic. And Chad Priebe, thank you as always.
Good seeing you guys.
For those listening on AM 950, glad to have you here. And for those watching online, please remember to like and subscribe to these videos. Also, check us out online at TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. There you will find our great free publications, the Smart Home Buyer Guide, and actually the topic we're talking about today, an offer game plan or offer game plans. We kind of talk about that in the Smart Home Buyer Guide. Also the Smart Seller Guide in there as well, and our brand new BRIX report.
Hot off the press.
Yes, hot off the press. Check that out. Some great articles in there. Also some good information about happenings, places around the Twin Cities to check out as well, of course, as market stats. So yes, today we're going to be deep diving next segment into the offer game plan. We're seeing our market moving, right? Our market is always moving, right? It's moving up, it's moving down, it's moving.
Never just stays stable.
Yeah.
It's always got some movement for sure.
Right, and you want to make sure that as a buyer, and this is even good to know as a seller, right? How are buyers, or what is the smartest way to approach this offer plan? So we're going to get into that, dealing with multiple offer situations, different tactics that can be used as well. But yeah, let's start chatting a little bit about what is happening today, what we're seeing out there in the marketplace. It is definitely picking up. I know in our mastermind call that we did, we're seeing that showings per listing activity getting much more in line with what we'd say normal. We kind of had that slow start because of the snowy beginning of January, kind of delayed the market a little bit.
And then we kind of had our little teaser of spring and
Yep.
a little thaw out, and it was like, oh, let's get out and see some houses again.
Right. I think we have another blizzard coming in.
Yes.
Like,
Well, as people are hearing this, they'll be like, "Well, that happened a couple of days ago." Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, and we know weather affects our market. So I would not be surprised when I look this coming Monday at the showing activity to see it be lower.
Right.
Just
because it's going to be slowing things down big time.
Yep. Well, I know I actually have a listener of this show where we're about ready to list his place, and I was just like, with the impending snow, let's just hold off another week, right?
Yeah.
Because the old saying, if a property lists and there's nobody there to see it, did it actually come onto the market, right?
Yeah.
If everybody's paying attention to the weather and they're not getting out, you're just burning days on market. Yeah. So, waiting a little bit, just waiting that extra time, it's going to be beneficial.
Big time.
So new listings into the marketplace, it is moving up in comparison to the previous week, 785 up to 855. But in comparison to last year, it's down 22%.
Yeah, it's like things were riding pretty right in line with last year until probably about the middle of January, and then it kind of started to diverge and a little more flat.
Yeah, we were tracking very similar to last year, and it definitely has slowed up.
Yeah.
Pending sales, I guess not a surprise seeing listings being down, that this number would be down as well. Was at 696, down to 713. Again, down very similar numbers over last year, 22.6%. So, yeah, I mean, less homes on the market, less to buy, less pending sales. So they just kind of go hand in hand with each other.
Well, a couple of big factors on that too, you guys, is the interest rates. Right, consumer confidence, interest rates.
We've seen a couple weeks of things not being as great, or at least a week,
right?
Where interest rate. I mean, we were down at around 6%,
Correct.
And as of today, we're recording this, we're up closer to 7%.
Correct. Yeah, the good old term volatility
Yes.
is happening right in front of us daily. But, as far as that's concerned, interest rates are interest rates. Mm-hmm. And when the time is right for you, the time is right for you, right?
Yeah.
To
Well, it
purchase
goes
or
back to
sell.
the, rent is 100% interest.
Correct.
And we absolutely know that rates have always, at least historically in the last 20-ish plus years, 30 years, rates have been closer to 5% than they have been to 3%.
Right.
So
Yeah,
a
don't hold your breath
7%
waiting for that again.
is not insane by any
Yeah.
means.
Right.
There's a phrase I think you taught me that, like marry the house but date the rate. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the you can refinance,
Yeah.
but you can't change how much you bought that house for.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah.
locked in for a long period of time. Yeah, it is interesting out there because you have, this dynamic where buyers are able to actually get some good opportunities, or at least the last couple months there were some opportunities out there, but then it's complaining about, but the rates are high, so now I'm going to wait.
Right.
It tends not to be one or the other, right? It tends to be one or the other. You don't get both,
Yeah.
Right.
right?
Yeah, you're not going to have great rates and no competition.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Just go back to the 1980s, early 1980s. There were wonderful home prices, but the
Right.
rates were crazy, and that's why the home affordability was insane.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So, it really comes back to the right time to buy a house is when you find the right house, and you can't find the right house unless you're looking.
Right.
Right. I know that I've seen too many people in my career, some of which still have not bought a place, some of which that had they done a 15-year note, which they could have, would have now owned the place outright,
Right.
and instead they've paid rent.
Yeah.
So, all right. Inventory of homes. This is one of my favorites because it is one of those factors that I use for the market meter. It's that gap is tightening. This is something I expected to get a bigger gap this
Yeah.
year, and we go from 5.848 down to 56.47. So now our spread in comparison to last year. At one point we were at like 26% differential over last year. We're now down to 15%. We're still a little bit ahead.
Yeah.
But
It's
it's dropping.
Closing up quickly.
Yep.
Yeah, we were like predicting, more listings and flatlined buyer demand, cooled off buyer energy, and that would add inventory. But we've kind of seen that listing activity slow and pending sales slow. So
Well, at this time last year, the inventory was actually starting to move up a little bit. Not a lot, but it was coming up off the bottom. So where does all of this put our market meter? Well, the market meter is moving up, right? And the big driving factor is that inventory of homes in there. And so we're seeing that market meter sitting at an 8.23. Now, this is a correction over last week. People be like, I thought it was like an 8.89. There were a couple changes made in the home affordability index, and we had to do some corrections there. And there was an error on the data entry that I put in. So I went back, fixed the two. So we were at like a 7.98, now up to an 8.23. So that is in a strong seller's market range. So it is still very good out there for sellers. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to deep dive into offer game plans. Because it's a strong seller's market, you got to get ready for those multiple offers. So we're going to talk about that. Check us out online, TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. Kirk Duckwall here again with the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. Our local sponsors are BRIX Real Estate, Network Title, Eric Bloomstrand and Chad Priebe with Bell Bank Mortgage, and James Tufson with the Preserve Group.
When shopping for a mortgage, there is a formula to get the best rate. With the market today, knowing this formula is more important than ever. My name is Chad Priebe with Bell Bank Mortgage. I have over 20 years experience in the mortgage industry and in home buying education. I'd like to share this useful tool with you to help you shop for your mortgage. You can find me at chadpriebe.com or call me at 651-207-9274.
Hello, my name's James Topson with the Preserve Group. Anyone can sell you insurance. However, is it going to be the insurance you need? When life surprises pop up, you want the right coverage. When it comes time to find or renew your policy, give me a call. I would love to review your existing policy and show you what I can do for you. You can email me at james@mypreservegroup.com or give me a call at 651-728-4334.
Hi, I'm Kirk Duckwall with BRIX Real Estate and the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. Buying or selling a home is one of the biggest financial transactions people make. Before you make your next move, download our free Smart Home Buyer or Smart Seller guides to give you the edge in our real estate market. From deal hunting to knowing the right repairs for maximizing value, these free guides have it all. Check them out and more at BRIXTwinCities.com under publications. Welcome back to the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. If you haven't done so already, check us out online at TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. There you can find our free home buyer and seller guides. Please check them out. They're pretty good. I mean, we actually had them certified up as continuing education courses. We do live. So for any real estate agents out there, if you have an interest in these classes and you would like to take them for a couple hours of free CE, go to TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. There we will have the times and locations for you. But for buyers and sellers, this has a lot of great information in there, and I think you'd probably get some great value. I know the agents that we're teaching with these classes all come out of it saying, "Hey, I learned something new here." So
Well, it's digestible. It's not like this big textbook.
no,
like,
look
boom.
there. That's
Yep.
it.
But that's worth a lot
Take-
of money.
take-
But it's
yeah.
worth so
Yeah.
much, yeah.
Well, I always
to
say,
reference it.
Right.
I say to my sellers, I'll be like, "You want to make $10,000 more on the sale of your place? Read this book.
Yeah.
Just read it, right? Because it's going to give you some understandings that are going to help you in negotiation of ways to maximize, prepare yourself for it. So today we're talking about offer game plans, and this is in our home buyer's guide, a little bit about this. So the very first thing you want to do, and you can even do this when you're looking online, and it's do you like the house?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Like, is this a house I want to make an offer on, or think that I might
Potentially, yeah, it's
potentially
like, yeah.
want to make an offer on? If you find yourself looking at the house and going, well, yeah, I like it, but it's priced $20,000, $30,000 higher than where I think I would want to be with it. Well, you might want to have a conversation about, does it make the most sense? And we'll talk more about that in a couple minutes. But let's say you realize that you like the home, you went out and saw it, and you're ready to make an offer on that house. The very first thing you want to do is do a market analysis. Have your agent do a market analysis on that home. Just like if they were selling a house, what's this house actually worth? Not what are they listing it for, but what's the home really worth?
Yeah, it's
Wait.
like you're super excited, so then just take a breath.
Yep.
All right, crunch the numbers a little bit, see what's going on around that house, and then move forward with the next steps.
Quite often I'll get well, wouldn't the agent just price it appropriately, knowing where the market is? No. A listing price can be a mistake or a strategy.
Right. I was going to say, wait. I mean, if there's multiple offers, shouldn't we just go 20 grand over? No, and the reason I say that, you guys, is because I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
You know, on the loan side, I do field a lot of calls from different agents, and they're asking me that, right? Should we go 20 grand over, 30 grand over? And I'm not a licensed real estate agent, so what makes me nervous about that is they're not doing their homework for you as a buyer or even a seller, right? You got to know your statistics. You got to know the stats.
Well, and you want to mitigate. One of the reasons you do a market analysis is mitigate the likelihood that you might run into an appraisal issue, or at least know that you might run into an appraisal issue, and you can have that discussion. We'll talk more about that in a second.
Yeah.
But that is why you do that market analysis. Figure out what is the value, right? Then figure out what's the activity? What's happening in the marketplace? This is where that market meter that we talk about is so important. This is the velocity in the marketplace, not of what happened 30 or 60 days ago, like a lot of the closed sale data that we see, a lot of what the newspapers give out, but this is a real time. This is what is happening today.
Yeah, it's like, are you shopping in early March or in early December? Very different overall.
Well,
And
or
market
late
velocities,
December,
yeah.
early January. That's a
Yeah.
huge shift.
Yeah. Huge.
Just
Big
just those couple of weeks
Yeah.
is a big shift.
The velocity
Yeah.
is flipped, basically. So, yeah, you want to know.
And then what is it for that particular type of property that you're looking at? Is it a $600,000 house that is, let's say in Chisago or
On a lake?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Has
Or
a
is it a
pool.
house on the lake, right?
Yeah.
Or is it a downtown condo? Is it a house in Egan, 3 beds, 2 baths? All of them are going to have very different market and very different paces. So you want to figure out that showing activity that's happening, and there are tools that your agent should have access to that can look at that. And then you want to look at, like, what's the days on market average that you're seeing out there? And again, not necessarily the closed data that's coming out and it's like, oh, well, we know this, it was where it was at 2 months ago, but then pulling the real days on market that's happening in that area. Of what you are seeing, and that can be very different. I know, like, you look at the Twin Cities market, something like 50 days market time on average. But I ran one for a neighborhood. It was like an average of 6.
Yeah.
Right.
And condos usually stay on the market a little bit longer than single-family homes, and higher-priced ones will stay on longer. So it's just knowing how normal is that number for.
Yep. What's the home worth to you?
To me.
To you. Or you. Right. No, to the person who's buying it. Right. So not only what is the house worth, but what's the home worth to you? Because you may find, like, actually, you know what? I'd be willing to actually pay a little bit over because it's everything I've been looking for. Right. So if a multiple offer situation did come up, you now have a number. Not a number of what it's worth to somebody else, because that shouldn't matter. It's what's the house worth to you. And that's when I talk to people about, you make offers at what a home is worth to you when you're in a multiple offer situation, right? Don't worry about somebody else.
Right.
That's going to lead to regret, cold feet, all of that.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
do not want that.
Yeah, after shopping, hopefully seeing multiple places, you're more aware of, what your priorities are as a buyer. Does this house check all those boxes? And then figuring out, what is that number that this house I'd be really excited to have, but also okay if I did lose it, because it is good to have that, ceiling, max.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I can't go anything more. And if somebody else does, it's like, okay.
I did the best I
did
could
the
that
best
I
I
was
could.
comfortable
Yeah.
with. I'm willing to walk away from this.
Right.
and
That's
feel
a
it.
really important
That's
number
important.
to come up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes, though, especially in a fast-moving market, you see the house, you like the house, but your interest in that house is $20,000 less than where they're listed. This is where you can become a bait offer, right? Like, oh, we're excited. We want the home. We want it for $20,000 less than the other or anybody else out there that might be interested, right?
You get your offer in first. And
Yeah,
you're all
I'm
excited.
right.
They might take it.
Yeah, no, they won't.
Yeah, nope.
No,
You just set
no.
the stage for other people.
Right. What you're doing is your offer is going to be used as leverage against you to try to get a higher offer.
Right.
I know in this class I was just teaching last week, an agent had brought up that what happened was when he mentioned that there was a second offer on the table to one of the offers. Now, so like the first offer came in, second offer then followed, and then they said, well, there's an offer that came in, right? So that they didn't know about the first one. Well, then that second offer changed their offer by $25,000 higher, right?
Wow.
So now this offer that's lower just got somebody else to go up even higher than they were.
Yeah, okay.
So this is where your offer is being used against you. No, so how do you work this? Well, if the house is truly overpriced, right? And you want to get it at your price, which again, if that other offer came in, you're not getting it there anyway, right?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
done for you.
Or it's been on the market a while.
So sometimes patience is the key.
Yeah.
You sit and wait.
Yeah.
There's what I like to call Friday houses and Monday houses.
Oh yeah.
Right? And now this can be a few different ways. One, a Friday house is you look at it online and you go, wait, this house is clearly overpriced for the area. If that's your first thought, don't even go look at it until Monday. And if it's sold, it's sold. No big deal. It's
You're
gone.
investing too much
You
into
weren't
it.
going to pay.
Yeah.
Go look at a house that would work at your
Yeah.
price that you want, right? Because what can happen is if you make that early offer that gets leveraged against you, there's a possibility that another offer might have never actually come in. But because your offer came in, now they say to somebody, well, hey, if you come close to list price, we might be interested. Now an offer who thought they were going to completely lose goes, hey, maybe I do have a chance. Another offer was kind of forced that might have not even come in.
Right.
If you wait till Monday to make your offer or even go see it, now they look at their list price and go, oh, I might actually be willing to accept that offer.
Yeah. The market has kind of spoken. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. Actually, we're not getting multiple offers. Are you seeing people submitting offers with time?
And we see it as it gets hotter and hotter. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be coming.
Yeah.
All depending on where rates go.
Yeah,
we'll
true.
we'll see how that moves along. When we come back, we're going to take the last few minutes and talk about that multiple offer situation, some ways that you can cure that, talking about highest and best deadlines or lack thereof, which sometimes can be really frustrating.
Yeah.
When do I have to have my offer in by,
Right.
or is it present as we go? Again, check us out online, TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com if you haven't. And the stuff we're talking about today, it's in our free guides. You can download those. Again, TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. We'll be right back.
Not every title company is the same. There are many people involved with each real estate transaction, and all of them need to be in the loop or a closing may get delayed. This is why the people at Network Title strive to provide swift scheduling and communication between the buyers, sellers, agents, and lenders. We know moving can be stressful, however, your closing does not need to be. Check us out online at network-title.com.
Hello, my name's James Topson with the Preserve Group. Anyone can sell you insurance. However, is it going to be the insurance you need? When life surprises pop up, you want the right coverage. When it comes time to find or renew your policy, give me a call. I would love to review your existing policy and show you what I can do for you. You can email me at james@mypreservegroup.com or give me a call at 651-728-4334.
When shopping for a mortgage, there is a formula to get the best rate. With the market today, knowing this formula is more important than ever. My name is Chad Priebe with Bell Bank Mortgage. I have over 20 years experience in the mortgage industry and in home buying education. I'd like to share this useful tool with you to help you shop for your mortgage. You can find me at chadpriebe.com or call me at 651-207-9274.
Welcome back to the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. Today we're talking about an offer plan for buyers out there. How do you deal with the changing marketplace that we're coming back into? If you have any questions for us after the show, you can give me a call direct, 651-303-0019, or you can hit us up if you think about buying or selling or just need some answers or what might be going on at TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. All right, so highest and best, multiple offers, right? We come into multiple offers. I think one of the most frustrating things that you can run into in a market is where it is the present as we go, right? So you call up after the showing and it's like, oh yeah, there's another offer. Okay, when's highest and best? Oh, we don't have that figured out yet. I am just presenting as I'm going. So now you're just like in a mad scramble to get the offer out the door. But that is a possibility. You might run into that. So it goes back, though, to having that plan.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you assume for a best case scenario, it's just you and the seller negotiating.
Yep.
But multiple offers. Yeah, you want to be prepared with the dollar amount, but then these other kind of clauses like inspection guarantees, appraisal guarantees in case appraisal comes in.
Right.
Escalation.
Appraisals are not an accurate reflection of market value. Right, it's risk assessment to a bank.
Right.
And this is why we see appraisal guarantees. Somebody who's saying, you know what, I'll bring the differential in cash if the appraisal is a little bit lower, and we do see those.
I was going to say it's great when you're presenting an offer having a mortgage loan officer.
Oh yeah.
As well, talk to the listing agent to really vouch for that buyer.
Right.
What have you experienced?
Yeah, if you're working with a lender and they're not calling the listing agent on your offer, then you might want to look for a different lender.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm going to be that blunt about it because they're telling your story without telling them all your personal information. Mm-hmm. But that listing agent has a lot of power on that offer being accepted.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge one. Just having a reputable lender behind you, that knows what they're doing, that can reflect and tell that story, like you're saying. Also, things utilizing things like escalation clauses. These things are good for sellers, right? A buyer is saying, "I'm willing to beat another offer by X amount," can absolutely help with that. The inspection guarantees in the last couple seconds here. That's another one to give confidence. Hey, we're not going to nickel and dime on an inspection. Again, everything we're talking about covered in our books, almost all of it's in there. Check it out, TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. Thanks again, guys, for just coming in.
Great
Goes
show.
so quick every time. People always ask realtors, what is your commission? But what they should be asking is, what is your rate of return? Commissions only vary by a couple of % from agent to agent. However, the price per square foot you get just based on their experience and the quality of marketing they use can vary by 10% or more. At BRIX Real Estate, our agents use the right marketing and have the experience to get you top dollar for your house. See what we can do for you at BRIXTwinCities.com.
Not every title company is the same. There are many people involved with each real estate transaction, and all of them need to be in the loop or a closing may get delayed. This is why the people at Network Title strive to provide swift scheduling and communication between the buyers, sellers, agents, and lenders. We know moving can be stressful, however, your closing does not need to be. Check us out online at network-title.com.
Don't forget to check us out online anytime at TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. There you can find all of our past shows, our weekly market updates, along with the latest and greatest searching and researching tools, and our free publications to include the Smart Home Buyer Guide and the Smart Seller Guide, along with the BRIX Report. All of these free for you. If you have any real estate questions, please feel free to give us a call, 651-303-0019. Again, 651-303-0019. Happy to help answer any of your real estate questions or assist with your real estate needs.